Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, for kids of all ages, welcome into the show. And boy, is it gonna be a doozy tonight. Yes, sirree. It is going to definitely be a doozy. You say, hey, Big Rob, why is it gonna be a doozy? Well, we're going to talk about a bunch of different things tonight. We're going to talk about a lot of things tonight. It's going to go hand in hand with said title. Because some things have occurred over the last few days that are going to tie into that. And so, we're going to discuss them later tonight. Probably not right now. But in due time, we are going to discuss said things because the reason we're going to discuss them is because they're, number one, they're important and they need to be discussed. So we're going to do just that. We're going to discuss things tonight. We're going to talk about a lot of different things that's important. And by George, it's going to be one of those nights. So, as everybody knows, from time to time, I tend to go on my epic rants, discussing different things, mostly political, or anti-political, however you want to discuss them. Take them, I should say. Well, tonight, boys and girls, we got a doozy for you. We're going to get to that in just a little bit. First things first, let's take care of the daily. Get that out of the way. Let's get our daily done. Get our, after we get our daily done, we'll go through our reputations, reputation marks, and get them taken care of. So that way, we'll have that all squared away.
Don't forget to equip a frequency remodulator.
I don't need a frequency remodulator there, 7. I got knives. They work wonderful. Anyhow,
let's get moving.
After we do our daily here, we run through our reputation marks. We run through our reputations and get those squared away. Then we're going to have a little discussion about the title. About tonight's title. Kind of give an explanation
After all this time,
to
we
it.
still haven't learned. Resistance is inevitable.
Because tonight's discussion has a lot to do with that title. And it involves my current streaming platform, as well as the fact that
Complex took some hits. Let's check for survivors.
My current streaming platform has made some decisions that I feel are in line with going against
Picking up any Borg life signs
our
on the
title
complex.
tonight.
Cardin's
And we're going
people
to
should be here
discuss
now.
them.
Let's make sure before we move on.
So, before I get on my epic rant, let's get this taken care of. Let's get this here done. Let's get our daily done. Let's get our reputations done. And then we'll worry about discussing. We'll get into our serious discussion tonight. And so, chat, as the usual, after we start our discussion, feel free to chime in to your own thoughts and all, because this is an open forum. We do not placate against anyone. We do not go against anyone. Everybody can say what they wish, because you know what, we live in a country where you can say what you want to within reason, of course. This is it's not really a family-friendly show because, no families watch this show, so. and I seriously doubt we have little kiddies watching my show. So, you know, if you get easily offended by things, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and apologize in advance because you're probably gonna get pissed off.
Borg are drawn to it like moths to a flame. We need to protect the locals. Picking up life signs ahead. Some of them are Borg.
What do you want? Get away from us!
You will be assimilated. You will adapt to certain Olympic.
I will not be assimilated. Nice try, though.
Robots? Zombies? Robot zombies?
Yeah, robot zombies, man.
Something like this would happen. Take out those drones.
Like how they said, what are these things? Robots? Zombies? Robot zombies? Generalization. Absolutely, Marksman. What's going on, man? I say it all the time. I'll say it to the day I don't draw breath. But you know what? I got some things coming down the pipeline that are going to be very, very interesting. That I've been thinking about for a long time. That's what I'm doing right now. Getting the daily out of the way.
Do a memory wipe on the locals. They can't remember the Borg. Setting your tricorder to emit.
I'm gonna get the daily out of the way, and I'm gonna get my reputations out of the way before I start rolling up on some TFOs to get more marks to do more reputations, so I can work my way to that fleet thing, fleet modules. Even though I don't have a fleet anymore. Oh wait a minute, or do I? I think I picked another one. Did I pick another one? I did not. I left the first one that I was in because they did not have a fleet colony in order to get the deflector that I needed. The second one that I got picked up by another fleet. Yes, I did see that. I got picked up by another fleet, and they required you to get up to like rank 5 before you could buy anything from the fleet stores, which defeats the purpose of what I need, because I need fleet deflectors, a fleet deflector, and I need some fleet consoles. And so naturally I just bounced on out of there because they don't do me no good. And so I think what I'm going to end up doing is oh, that's perfect. I mean, I can clear out some of them. Not well, I ain't gonna clear out some of them. Well, I'll take it back. I got a few of them that's already getting close to 5. So,
great.
That'll
This
help.
place smells and it's swarming with drones. Take them down.
Oh, that tank. Oh, that tank. Oh, they blew that tank up. Oh, they got away from it too far. Set him on fire. Get the tactical drone. He shoots. Get back, girl. Oh, no, you don't. Never realized how good these knives are. I tell you that back. They're really not that great, but they work very well against the Borg. Because they cannot be adapted to. And so...
And lithium batteries. Oh, hell.
And they go fairly quickly. So they work pretty good. I need to upgrade them so I can get more What kind of console?
No sign of the Borg. Run a scan. Make sure Picard's team is all accounted for. Picking up Starfleet
Like a ship
com
console
badges
or
inside
like
the
a
bar and
Xbox or a PlayStation console?
hold on. More Starfleet com badges inbound, but they're on Borg drones.
You got to be more specific on that one. Ah! Back! Get back! Get back away from me! Well,
Say the Borg.
I'm not offended by Xbox because I have an Xbox. I play on Xbox as well. I play everywhere except for PC. The reason I don't play on PC is because I don't got one good enough to play it. If I had a PC that would play it, I'd probably play on there too. That'd be hard to juggle though, playing on three separate
transmission towers are next stop.
3 separate spots. The controller's not that bad. It is a little bit bulkier, but it's not terribly awful.
There are 3. Yeah, let's cross that. Get me to the first array, and I'll start disabling their transporter.
Now find something to explode. There's one right there. Can I hit it? Nope, can't get it. I can't hit it. I want the drone. I want the explosion. There we go.
And I'll start disabling their transporter.
Uh-oh. Alright, come on, Seven. Get to work. Get to work. She needs to get on the ball.
They're using a simple modulating cipher.
She's a little behind time. She needs to work quicker. You'd think with the Borg parts in her, she would work a little faster.
All right, this one's done. Let's go.
Okay, let's go this way. We're going to go this way and try our best to not trigger the ones from the main area over there, because the goal is to not trigger those over there, and unfortunately they did not. Unfortunately they triggered them.
They're onto us. Security protocols to spike and not integrate.
Yeah, I see that. Why did they trigger them? Oh, I want to hit the tank. Hit the tank. Blow up the tank. There we go. Even though they weren't close enough to get hit by it.
Two down.
Ah, come on. Kill it, kill it, kill it. Where's the shooter? I hear a shooter. I see him. There he is. Gotta kill him. Get him, get him, get him, get him. Alright, somebody's on the ground. Take him out quick, because he's shooting. Oh, there he is. He's over here. There we go. Let's get him up off the ground. Alright, everybody haul ass this way.
Only one left. Stay with me. We can do this.
Oh, well, 7, you got to get on the ball there, darling. Oh, he's too far from the propane tanks. Alright. Let's get over here. Hurry, hurry, hurry. Oh, somebody went the wrong way. Trying to get those up there before, with the explosion before the damn things went, but it didn't work out that way. Damn you! Burn, baby, burn. Burn, baby, burn. Disco Inferno. Or that from the Ghostbusters movie. Speaking of Ghostbusters movie, if you haven't seen the has anybody seen the new trailer for the new Ghostbusters movie, the one where Paul Rudd's character is in the grocery store, and all of a sudden he sees the little mini Stay Puft Marshmallow Man come out of a bag of marshmallows, and then they start attacking each other and roasting each other and making s'mores of each other. It's hilarious. I cannot wait for the Ghostbusters movie to come out this year. Supposedly November. I cannot wait. Yes, this one though is the direct sequel to Ghostbusters 2, the original 2. Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd, the original cast is coming back, except for what's his name, the guy that played Egon. He's not coming back. Because he passed away. Harold Ramis passed away. The director is Ivan Reitman's son. The original director's son is going to be directing this one. Bill Murray has already said, he's already made a comment that it was going to be good. He did an interview this week. I read it the other day. We'll put it in Lucari so we can go ahead and get that one done. And he said that it was taxing on him because he is 70-some years old. 72, 73 years old, something like that. And he said it was hard on him to film the movie because of his age and having to put those big old heavy proton packs on. But that he was excited for the movie and looking forward to it. As am I. So even Sigourney Weaver and Rick Moranis is coming back for this one. So I am tickled shitless that it's coming out. Mortal Kombat, of course, comes out in a couple of weeks. Can't wait for that one. Hope it's going to be good. Of course, we got The Matrix coming out December, I think, which is going to be interesting. Yes, this one is official canon. Absolutely. Not that 2016 disastrous nightmare of a movie that was called Ghostbusters. That really wasn't Ghostbusters. That's like, remember there was, back in the day, there were two Ghostbusters shows on TV. Well, let me rephrase that. There were two Ghostbusters cartoons on TV. There was the real Ghostbusters, which was the Ghostbusters that went with the actual movies. And then there was a different set of Ghostbusters. No, the last one was not canon. That the 2016 monstrosity was not canon. But there was like the two Ghostbusters cartoons were the real Ghostbusters, which was the one that went along with the movies, and then there was the other one, which was called, I think it was called Ghostbusters 2. I think it was just called the regular Ghostbusters. But it was like they were in like an old Beverly Hillbillies type car, and no, there wasn't one after 2016. That was this one. This one was supposed to come out prior to. This one was supposed to come out like a year ago, 2 years ago. But it never did because of COVID. People were trying to get it done, and so they released like a little trailer for it to get a little hype on it. It showed like Paul Rudd holding a ghost trap and all, and so it was supposed to come out last year, and it never did. It got pushed back because of the coof, and so it's finally getting released. Last thing I read on it was November, and there's like a couple of trailers out for it already. And it's got one of the kids from Stranger Things in it, I think. But the trailer that was just released the other day was Paul Rudd's character is walking through a grocery store. He stops he's on like the candy aisle, and he hears like some rustling on a shelf with the marshmallows, and all of a sudden a little mini Stay Puft Marshmallow Man comes out of the thing. It comes out of the packaging, and then it's like a bunch of them, and then they're like, it like shows them beating up each other, and they're holding each other on sticks over a flame, and they're making s'mores with each other, and it's just funny as hell. So, I hope it's going to be good. I am anticipating it being good. I hope it's going to be good. But only time will tell. And we won't find that out until November. So, I'm excited about it. I hope it's good. Alright, we gotta hit the not the probes. Yes, the probes. If I got a little sidetracked on your console thing, trying to decide tactical consoles. Good tactical console that I found that's a really good one is the Lorca console from Disco Rep is a really good one. It gives you weapon penetration and fire and haste. Another good one comes from the Bajoran Interceptor. It's the Domino console. It does with fire haste. Which I think that one's universal, I think. Lorca console, though, is tactical. Why am I blinking over there? Oh, I got invited to a fleet. Okay, I'll worry about that in a little bit. That's good. Maybe this one's a good one that I ain't got to be like 5 ranks into it to be able to hit a thing. Because I need to be able to buy fleet consoles. One where you don't have to get a ship for. Lorca console comes from Discovery Reputation. You don't have to get a ship for that one. The fleet console, the fleet tactical consoles are from your fleet. And you can get those specifically for whatever energy type you're using. Mission. It said mission failed? Really? What the hell? How in the fuck did we fail this mission? I guess everybody went to the damn things and said screw the damn. I will, depending upon what's... Wow, I tried to bounce out. I exploded when I got back out. I will, depending upon what they offer and don't offer, and depending on how level 65s help any low-level players be respectful to each other and no drama. IRL always comes first. To be active, everyone pitching with the fleet holdings and will have a great fleet. If you don't have a good reason not be active for so long, you will be removed from the fleet. Alright, well, let's see what this fleet has available to me. Alright, they don't have any events. They have nothing as far as we fight together, we train together, we die together. Fight for your house and your honor. They have nothing as far as promotion wise. What you got to do, what you got to have. Let's see. New Bloods. Can I buy from the fleet? Where have I got to be to buy from the fleet stores? Where's the thing at? Where is it? Uniform emblem, bank repository, fleet mail. Where the hell's the fleet stores? Buy from any provision. Perfect. I can buy from their fleet stores. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Alright, so let's see where they are. This is gonna be the telltale right here. Well, they don't got diddly squat, man. This is a new one. Well, shit. I'm leaving this one then. I gotta be able to get to. I gotta be able to access fleet consoles, and they can't. They ain't got them. Really? This crap. They got nothing. They haven't even done anything. How many people's in this fleet? This is ridiculous. Roster 23. Yeah, I'm done. I'm out of that one. They're out of. I'm out of that one. Really, man? That stunk. See, that's my problem. So did I. I just got invited to one too. I bounced on that one. Let's hope for better options on this TFO, because that one stunk. First Terran Empire Purge unit. I've heard of that one. First Terran Empire one. I like that one. Yuso Gorny. The IKS Judgment. That's a good one. I like that one. Oh, that was a good one. I like that. Oh man, that was a good one.
The Undine are attacking
not this
along
one.
The Undine are deploying. These vectors have fluidic rifts that need to be closed.
Okay, it'll be all right. It'll be okay. Dark Phoenix, Germany. Guessing he's in Germany. What we got over here? Sector 31 Command, and I can't tell what the other one is. Because they're on top of each other. I hate when that happens. Let's roll. Do do do. See, this is the one I like, where you can shoot the little rifts and destroy them that way. You don't have to hit the little button to close them. You just destroy them. You just shoot them closed. That's the way all of them should be.
An errant fluidic rift has opened between the lanes. Location is marked on your map.
Turn, turn, turn. Come on. Why am I not turning faster? There we go. I'm a bioship butcher.
An Undine dreadnought has entered your space.
Oh, I'm stuck in one of the little bubbles. That thing right there. You should be able to blow that thing shut.
Performing a scan of the rift now.
Those are the things you should be able to shoot closed.
Close the fluidic rift now.
I'm trying there, Tuvok. Give me a minute. Get turned.
Undine fluidic space rift gamma has been closed.
And bam.
Undine fluidic space rift beta has been closed.
Finally. Shoot him. Shoot him. Alright, let me get turned around here. And go this way. Let's mosey on to the next one. Alright. So, I said earlier, when I first got started, that I was going to have a little discussion that went along with the title of tonight's stream. Tonight's big show. Because it's the big show. It's really not a big show. It's a small, boring show, but still my show. Anyway, we're going to discuss the lack of freedom that people have here lately. And one of the main culprits, other than the government, because the government seems to take into account that we don't have any freedom no damn more, because, you know, they're this greedy little bastards, is, of course, big tech. Big tech, our controllers and overlords, because, you know, they control everything. Amazon, Google, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, such and such. The usual suspects. Well, it's bad enough. It's bad enough that yo, Oliver Devos, what's going on, man? I can't get one. I don't have the Zen for it. And that doesn't help me on. That doesn't help on for our discussion tonight, anyway. Of course, you know, big tech, one of the biggest proponents of taking away people's rights to say whatever in the hell they want to say, because apparently them and our illustrious government doesn't believe in the right to free speech anymore. And so, proof positive is, and if you are and if you own a Twitch account, you probably got the email this week, a couple of days ago actually, about they're changing their terms of service. And in that change to the terms of service, they are now making it where they can punish you and your Twitch channel for shit you say and do off Twitch. Yes, which makes perfect sense considering the fact that Twitch is owned by Amazon. So now, if you do something on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, any of the above, Twitch can punish you and your Twitch channel just because. Meaning that, you know, if I get a little too carried away and I start talking a lot of smack, which I tend to do from time to time, about, you know, current subjective talking of big tech or our illustrious and stupid pile of people that are in Washington, D.C. right this minute, you can take your pick on which side of the aisle, because they all the same. None of them stand up for what's right. None of them stand up for the rights of people. And one side just wants to take all your rights away, no matter what it is. They don't think you should have the right to be able to say what you want to say. They don't think you should have the right to peaceably assemble and in protest like normal people. They don't think you should have the right to do anything. Yeah, I have no social media. Mine was in, I forgot where mine was at. Mine was in like a promo folder, or sometimes it goes to spam, but mine wasn't in my primary. Mine was in a secondary folder. But they're just as bad as the government when it comes to wanting to take away people's freedom. And that's not right. First Amendment of the Constitution of the United States gives everybody the right to say whatever the fuck you want to say, whenever the fuck you want to say it, within reason. And that's the big if. The big thing is within reason. I mean, you can't go out there and threaten to kill somebody because that's not protected. You can't do that. So that's a big no-no. So while if you know you have the right to say whatever the hell you want, you've got to be reasonable with it. You know, the First Amendment gives the right to a free press. It might have just been me because I streamed. I don't remember. It might have been just because it was me streaming. I don't know. But regardless, it is part of their new TOS now. That now you can be reported by anybody for actions that you do outside of Twitch. And in turn, they can punish you because of it. Meaning that if I go on a tirade on I'm not an affiliate, I got it. Maybe I'm already on their shit list. Maybe that's the reason why I got it. They're telling me if you fuck up again, they're gonna ban me or something. That must be what it is. I must be on their shit list. Oh well. I can't help it. I speak my mind because, you know, it's part of living here. It's part of that piece of paper that was written that gives us the right to say and do whatever the fuck we want within reason. Again, all within reason. course, you know Big Tech's having their issues. You can't talk about the COOF. Even if you cite the CDC and the World Health Organization, you can't say nothing about the COOF. You can't go against the narrative that they've set down. You can't talk about certain things. You can't talk about the nonsense and craziness that happened over the summer last year. You can't talk about that because you are, if you do, you are inordinately an ist, a phobe, anything else. You can't talk bad about certain people because it hurts their feelings. Well, guess what? Suck it up, grow a pair, get thick skin. Let comedy be comedy, let satire be satire, let sarcasm be sarcasm. Let people say what the hell they want to because they have the right to do so. They have the right to peaceably assemble and protest. And notice I say they have the right to peaceably assemble and protest. Last year's nonsense was not peaceable gathering together. Last year's entire summer of nonsense was nowhere near a bunch of people getting together and peaceably assembling. That was pure damn chaos because people were stupid. Just like Capitol stuff was a bunch of people who got together. It was stupid. Never should have happened. But it did. Guess what? It happens. Why I gotta watch what I do on social media. That's why I don't have social media. Because I like to speak the truth. People don't like to hear the truth. That's the problem. People today don't want to hear the truth. It hurts their feelings.
An undeemed dreadnought has entered local space.
Which is why I say, if you don't want to get your feelings hurt, then you're in the wrong spot. Take everything I say with a grain of sand because it just is what it is. I thought it was funny though. When I got that email and I read that email, I was like, man, this is crazy, right? And then I thought about it. I said, Big Tech got together and they already had their little hissy fit and they tried to put Parler down. Well, and actually they did put Parler down. Thanks, Amazon.
Performing a scan of the rift.
Amazon did that. Parler and all their issues. People will say, well, Parler is used by people who are doing it for this, that, and the other. I hate to tell you this, but the majority of and they blame it on, they say it's the right people on the right who does this crap. Guess what? I forgot what percentage it was of the people who planned out the Capitol stuff. Guess where the majority of it was planned at? Facebook and Twitter. Oh my goodness. But they didn't say that, did they? Nobody told anybody that. That was a big secret. It's a big secret, yeah. It's like 30-some% of the people who planned out the Capitol stuff did it on Facebook and Twitter. It's weird. Blame Parler, but Parler had nothing to do with it. And then I see today where our glorious leader has said that he's going to write an executive order to solve the gun epidemic. I heard this man say today when I watched the video, I don't know when he did the press conference, I don't know if it was yesterday or today. The man said that guns and gun crime is an epidemic. Like it's a disease. I hate to tell you this, it's not a disease. I also hate to tell you this, but a gun don't work without a person's hand. set it on the table, guess what? It's just gonna sit there. It's not gonna move. It's not gonna do anything. It's not gonna load. The trigger's not gonna pull. It's just gonna sit there. Is there a problem with guns in this country? Is gun crime a problem? Pretty much. But guess what else is a problem in this country? Lockdowns. Guess what else is a problem in this country? Our illustrious leader in the government spending money left and right like they can print it at random. Almost $7 trillion in spending this man is proposing in his first 6 months of office. We're going to be bankrupt in a couple of months if this moron continues to do his thing. And then I seen a news spot today that guess what else he wants to do? He wants to finish building the wall. Yeah, he wants to finish building the wall, plug the holes, because you know he's catching so much shit for the chaos. Well, it's not really chaos. It's the clusterfuck that he caused down there at the border. That his solution to fix said problem is to finish the wall. It's funny. All that time when the previous president was talking about building the wall, he was called a racist and a phobe and a crazy, and he did. But now he's saying them to finish. Now he wants them to finish the wall, to plug the holes, because you know his stupidity when he told everybody to come on, you got 100 days, come on, and didn't realize that. Guess what? They came. There's kids being tossed over the wall. I saw videos from the news of smugglers sitting on top of the wall and dropping kids over it onto the U.S. side. There's literally videos of the smugglers sitting on top of the wall and dropping kids off the top. It's crazy, man. I've seen news reports from farmers, ranchers in Texas. They're finding bodies on their property that were sneaking across the border. You know? And they caused this problem. They caused it. They told them, you got 100 days to get across the border. And guess what? Motherfuckers come in droves. They came in droves. They were ready before it even happened. They were waiting. As soon as that dumbass got elected, they started making their way. They were sitting on the other side of the wall with t-shirts that said, hey, Mr. Biden, please let us in. And so guess what? He got exactly what he asked for. And now it's a problem. See? Because instead of putting his big boy drawers on and saying, go home, he started letting everybody in. And so now it's a cluster. But do you think he cares? Hell no. He don't give two shits. So what does he do? He pawns it off on second in command. And she gonna make it more of a clusterfuck than it already is. What we got here? Omega. We'll do Omega first. Because what's she gonna do? Come on in! And this gets back to the voting bill that they're having such a hissy fit about. this is the one that wants to automatically register everybody to vote. If you're illegal and you register to vote and you get caught being illegal, you can't be punished. If you are a felon, you know, in this country, if you're a felon, your right to vote is taken away. They want to give it back to them. This is the same bill that wants to allow 16-year-olds to vote. Oh yeah. 16-year-olds, they can't even drive on their own for a little while. 16-year-olds get their driver's license, at least in this state, they get their driver's license taken away if their grades aren't even up to par. But they want to let them vote on a federal level. That is dumbassedness. That is pure damn stupidity. These are the same people, and this is no lie, you can look it up yourself, govinfo.gov. There's a bill in there, it's HR 4 something, 420 something I think, and it's a bill specifically designed, and in the wording, it doesn't specifically say who it's for, but when you read the damn thing, you know who it's talking about, because the bill states that it sets a precedent so that no former president twice impeached by Congress can have a federal facility, road, building, anything like that named after him. So guess which one president that affects? That's just petty bull. That's just pettiness is what that is. That's pure pettiness. In every way, shape, fashion, or form, that is pure pettiness. And these are the people in office. These are the people that we allow to legislate for us. This is what it's come to. And now they want to take away your right to free. They want to take away your right to free speech. They want to take away your right to have a gun. Now let me rephrase that. They don't want to take away your right to own a gun, but they want to put you on a registry for owning a gun. They want to make you pay an extra insurance penalty for said gun. They want to make sure that you're on that list that tells you what gun you got, where you got it stored at. It's basically a criminal's Christmas list, year round. It's crazy. And people are like, oh, it's great. It's gonna do this. It's gonna do that. Guess what it's gonna do? Guess what it's gonna do? It's gonna increase the black market's opportunity to have a continuous stream of inventory. Because why go steal it from somebody else when you know right where it's at? It's in, hey, this old guy down the street, Jim Bob down the street, has got 2 shotguns, 2 rifles. He's got a couple of shotguns that he hunts with. He's got a couple of rifles that he hunts with. He's got a couple of handguns. This is where he keeps them. He's old. He's like in his 80s. He's not going to put up a fight. Yeah, there we go. We're going to get him. And this is going to be on a national registry. It's insanity. It is in pure insanity. I don't get it. I don't understand it. But the whole... Oh, wait a minute. I forgot. Before I do that, let me find this email so I can read it to you. This is wonderful. Let me find it. Let me look at it here. Let's see. Where was mine at? Mine was in my promo stuff. It says, our plan for addressing severe off-service misconduct. And it states, In January, we began enforcing our updated hateful conduct and harassment policy so we could better protect every community on Twitch. Today we're shifting focus and talking more about how we are tackling misconduct that happens off Twitch. There are two categories of off-service misconduct. To be clear, this refers to incidents that happen off of Twitch that we will act upon. Number 1, off-service harassment related to an incident that took place on Twitch. For example, when reviewing a harassment report originating on Twitch, example, inappropriate comments in chat, etc. We will also take into account verified related statements made on other social media services if they are reported to us. Meaning that if you say something out of line on Twitter or Facebook or YouTube or anywhere else, they're going to take that into account. Number 2, off-service behavior unrelated to any specific incident on Twitch that poses a substantial risk to the Twitch community. This includes egregious acts of hate and harm, including threats of mass violence, child grooming, leadership or membership in a hate group, and more. Off-service investigations are significantly more complex, so we've partnered with a third-party investigations law firm with immense experience in this area to ensure our off-Twitch investigations are as thorough and swift as possible. This is a huge step forward in making Twitch safer for everyone. You can report off-service misconduct confidentially to, and they give you an email address. For hateful conduct and harassment on our service, reporting through Twitch as normal is still the best option. Taking action against misconduct that occurs entirely off our service is a new and atypical approach for both Twitch and the industry at large. But it's one we believe and hear from you is crucial to get right. There is an iterative, ongoing process, and along with our feedback, we will evaluate this policy and identify a way to improve it going forward. I'm going to go ahead and tell you, this is a load of shit. That's what this is. This is what this is basically saying is that if you don't agree with what we stand for, you're fucked. Plain and simple. That's exactly what that is. That is exactly what that is. That is pure, plain and simple Twitch and Amazon saying, we don't care where you are now. If you fuck up and say something we don't agree with, we're going to get you. And we're going to deem an appropriate punishment based upon that. Unless, of course, you got your boobs hanging out, in which case we don't care. Because, you know, Twitch is basically the softcore version of Chatterbait in certain ways. Because, you know, there are those in the IRL section, you know, doing certain streams and doing certain things and trying to get thirsty guys to fork over their money. The only difference between that and Chatterbait is, at least on Chatterbait, you get the full spectrum. You get everything. You get the top, you get the bottom, you get everything in between. On Twitch, they're covered. Unless they have a wardrobe malfunction that they just, for some reason, didn't expect. Which has happened on numerous times.
Many Borg were disconnected from
and Twitch doesn't really... Twitch doesn't really do their whole...
now she is compelling any vessels with disconnected Borg to return for
they don't really punish channels equally.
You must upload a virus to the
because
Borg ships before they
these IRL streams that are making them money in hopes of a wardrobe malfunction, and then they'll give them a little slap on the wrist,
the longer they stay, the greater the
are fine. Those are fine. Those are okay. Why? Because they're making them money. I'm not making Twitch any money right now. I'm just playing video games and having fun, talking bullshit to people. That's my thing. I love it. I enjoy it. The problem is that if big tech, Twitch, Amazon, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, if they're going to start acting like a publisher, like a newspaper, and deeming some things that people say not right, their 230 protection should be blown away. They shouldn't have it. See, that's the thing. Section 230, they get away with doing so much crap. That's what they use against Parler. They said Parler violent. They said that Parler was doing this, that, and the other. Same thing with Twitter banning Orange Man Bad was because he was saying bad things. No, he was saying things that your people didn't agree with, and you shut him down. And then, when they called you on your bullshit, you said, ooh, 230 protection, 230 protection. We're not a publisher, we're a platform. No. When you get to that point where you're doing like a newspaper and you're controlling what's said, you're not a platform anymore, you're a publisher. And therefore, your 230 exemption should go right out the window. And one day, hopefully soon, somebody will step up. And technically in Canada, somebody's already done that against Twitter and won that case. So Twitter's already been caught saying, because in Canada, you don't have 230 protection up there, buddy. So guess what, Canadians? If Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, they all ban you for something you've done or said, you can go after them in Canada because they don't have 230 protection up there. The court's already deemed that one. So they're vulnerable. But here, here in the U.S., they got anti-slap legislation in different states. They got 230 that they can hide behind.
Species 8472 is approaching.
And what kills me is that, Republicans, when they had control of the House and the Senate, they had a chance. And Judge Clarence Thomas this week put in one of his rebuttals to a decision that the 230 has got to be redone, and they have to take up the case to redefine it. It basically put big tech on blast and saying, hey, if this is what you're going to do, we need to find a way to put you in check. And they're scared to death that that's going to happen. And as rightfully so, it should happen. But that's a problem with both sides. The left are pushing for it to happen. They want more. They want more restriction. They want more. They want to take more of your rights away from you. And the right don't give a shit to put up a fight anymore. Because they've gotten to the point where the Republican side of things has gotten to a point where they can't win a fight. Even if they're in the right doing so, they won't pick up the fight. Alright, Marksman. They won't pick up that fight and take it back, take it to them, because they're scared. They're more of that Oliver from Oliver Twist. They're more of a, please sir, can I have another? Instead of taking a stand, they would rather sit back on their heels and just let it happen. And that's not right. And so, I've said it before, I'll say it again. it's going to come to a point where people are going to have to take a stand. And when I say take a stand, I mean go to your boards of elections and find a way to run against these people. Put them in check. Let them know that it's time for the people to quit being ignored. It's time that the people are not ignored anymore and listen to. So do your part. And put them in, make a point known. If you want things to go back to being the way they should be, where there is a difference between right and what's wrong. It's not a left-right issue, it's a right-wrong issue. What's right is right, and what's wrong is wrong. And that's the way it's always been. That's the way it should be. And the minute that people go back to taking things back and trying to get back in control of things, putting things back the way it should be, will be the day that they understand that, damn, we fucked up. And these people mad. And not only are they mad, but they're making the effort to fix the problem. Because we're not going to do it. And people know that we're not going to do it. You know, one good person can make a difference in the world. If that one person gathers enough. And I've said it on here before, I'll say it 1,000 times. I'll say it till I don't draw another breath.
Destroy it before it attacks the formula.
One person can make a difference if they get enough people behind them to make that voice so loud that you can't not hear it. And that's what needs to happen. That's what needs to happen. People need to step up. Stand up for what's right. Say, hey, we're tired of this. And if the person that you choose, you think is going to do right by you, if it don't look like that person is going to do that, you know what you need to do? You need to put yourself out there and do it yourself. Which leads me into some of the stuff that I got possibly coming down the line here very soon. I'm actually waiting to hear some stuff back from some people. And that is that you've heard me say on here a few times, just heard me say it here a while ago. If you don't like the way things are, you need to get to your board of elections and find out what you got to do to run yourself and make that change. Because the only way it's going to happen is is if you do it. So, I have, as of today, done just that. I have sent word to my state board of elections of my interest in running for U.S. Senate in my state and what I needed to do, and a few other questions that I had in regards to that. And therefore, my insanity is probably going to take a hold and do something that I feel is right. And I am going to not stop there. You heard it here first. If you're on tonight's stream, you heard it here first, folks. I have decided to let my insanity get cut loose. And I do intend, depending on if I can get everything accomplished in order to do so, I do intend to run, possibly, for Senate in my state. After that, I will seek out the highest
3 dreadnoughts.
power
They're
in the
attacking
land.
one another. This is your chance.
I got plenty of time. Midterms are next year. I do believe that I will be able, hopefully, be able to. I don't know exactly how I'm going to do it, but by George, I'm going to find a way to do so. Because I believe I can offer common sense and take common sense back and put politicians back in check. Let them know that yes, one man, one person can make a difference if they get enough voices behind them to be heard. And I'm not your typical run-of-the-mill politician. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a doctor. I don't have a lot of money. I'm not a politician. Hell, I've never been a politician. Hell, I despise politicians. I've said it on this channel more times than I care to speak. I despise politics. I despise politicians. I think they're all crooks and thieves and whatnot. Hell, I'm not even a registered voter. And I've always said that the day I registered to vote would be the day I found one worthy of registering to vote for. Considering the fact that I can't find one worthy of voting for, I will become the one to vote for. So I will finally register to vote, and I will finally vote for myself. Because, by God, it's time that common sense came back.
Thank you for your assistance.
And that the people first in this state that I am in, and then after that, I'm going for the whole shebang. Because it needs to be changed. It needs to be changed. And for so long, we've seen and heard politicians come and go, candidates come and go, and they give us the same old lines and the same old bullshit over and over. And do they really care? Nah. No, they don't. They're going to tell you what they want you to hear. Let's see. Omega, Dyson, 8472, and Delta. They're going to tell you what you want to hear so that you'll do they'll tell you what you want to hear just so you'll vote for them and keep them in power. And they don't listen. They don't care to listen. They're never gonna listen. And that needs to change. And who's to say that me, little old me, who doesn't know the first thing about politics, who doesn't know the first thing about running for office, can't do it? I can learn to do anything. I'm just like anybody else. I can learn anything. Learning to run for office, learning to be a politician can be learned. Anybody can learn it. Hell, look at Trump. He's not a politician. He's a real estate investor. You know, the first thing, his problem was, number one, he didn't know how to keep his mouth shut. Number two, he didn't know how to pick people. Everybody, he picked people that he thought was there for him, that he thought would help him along the way, and the majority of those people didn't give two squats about him, didn't give two squats about his agenda, and were out for themselves. And that was his downfall. I'm not going to be that way. And you say, well, what party am I going to run for? Answer to that is very simple. Neither. Neither. I'm not running for any party. I'm not running for Republicans. I'm not running for Democrats. I am going to be a true independent. Because party lines, political party lines, are the problem. They get in the way of progress. And in order to get things done, you got to put it aside. You say, well, you know, one of my newest things here lately has been actually reading House and Senate bills, which is one reason why I get so pissed off reading it about things. It's one reason why I know certain things, because I've read them. I read the Coof bill that they passed, which was a lot of bullshit. Read the one before that, which was a lot of bullshit. A lot of wasted money. That's what it was. I want you to know, I want you to realize that when I said that the dude is proposing almost $7 trillion in spending in his first 6 months in office. Where do you think that money's going to come from? Where do you think that money's going to come from? It don't just come out the damn air. Guess where it's going to come from? Your paycheck. Come out your paycheck. Your taxes is going to go up. Everybody's taxes is going to go up. And they say, well, we're only putting more on the richer, the top 1%. Yeah, I ain't gonna cut it. You can't get it from just the top 1%. You gotta get it from everybody, or you ain't gonna make it. And right now, you're spending so much, proposing to spend so much, that your money is about worthless now anyway. And if you keep on, it's gonna be worthless. And you're gonna have to tax people so much to pay for your bullshit that they're not gonna be able to survive. It's already bad as it is. You're gonna make it worse because your little pet projects and your little friends who are look at New York and California. I heard on one of the financial channels they were talking about Wall Street. New York and California are two of the highest taxed states in the country. In Wall Street, where the majority of the money comes from and goes to, is finally getting to a point which, I know people will say, well, because of the whole hedge fund thing and the whole GameStop thing, where people started to take it back. And you say, well, it's Wall Street. Nobody cares about Wall Street, right? And it may be true. All those rich fat cats up there in New York, they don't deserve it. You say, well, maybe they need to be taxed more. They need to be punished more. Well, guess what? Even taxing the top 1% ain't going to make up for the amount of money that they want to spend this year. Almost $7 trillion in spending. It's crazy. And they're going to put it under the skies of, this is for infrastructure, it's for roads, it's for train rails, it's for this, it's for that. I haven't read it yet. I haven't had a chance to read it yet. But I'm almost 100% sure it's full of shit. We sent $15 million to Pakistan in the COVID bill. First one. To help them understand gender studies. You know what gender studies is? To help a guy understand that if he's a woman trapped, to understand that he may be a woman trapped in a man's body, and that he needs to be fixed in order to get him in order to complete himself. We sent millions of dollars overseas. Mexico, I think we sent millions of dollars to Mexico to pay for abortions in Mexico. Why are we paying for abortions in Mexico? That makes no sense. That makes absolutely no sense at all. Why are we paying for that? We shouldn't be paying for that. It's not us. It's not our country. Our tax dollars should go and pay for stuff here. And you say, well, dude, What's your take on abortion? Are you pro-choice? Are you pro-life? What? Quite frankly, I don't give a shit. But my feeling is this. The government doesn't have the right to tell anybody, especially a woman, what she can and cannot do. That is her and her significant other's decision. Nobody else's. It's not the government's. It's not anything else or anybody else's right to tell them what they can and cannot do. I will never go back on that. Ever. You can say, well, you sealed your own fate. Pro-life. I don't care. Even there are exceptions to that rule. And I would say to anybody who said, to any pro-life person, that's your choice. If you're pro-life, that's your choice. If you're pro-choice, it's your decision. If you're pro-life, say for argument's sake, just for argument's sake, your significant other who you love dearly more than anything in this world, some crazy person, some criminal comes after them, does one of the worst things in the world that a man can do to a woman. She has to bear a child from that act. She decides to not go through with it. Who are you to tell her that that child that came from those means, she can't do anything about it? That's wrong. To tell her that while you may think that a child is a wonderful thing, and children are a wonderful thing. I have 2 of them. I love them dearly. They're a thorn in my side, and they're a pain in the butt sometimes. But I couldn't see I couldn't go through my days without my kids. Not a chance. And so, if that were to happen to mine, and she looked at me and said, I can't do it, I'm not going to tell her, no, you have to, simply because of this, that, and the other. Nah, that ain't happening, dog. No. Not going to do it. It's her decision to make that choice. Whether you think it's right or you think it's wrong, it's not your decision, it's hers. And damn sure ain't the government's choice. I know you say, well, there's always adoption. If you don't want it, there's always adoption, right? That's their argument. That's the pro-life argument. There's always adoption. True. There is always adoption. You're right. But do you want your significant other to be tormented and tortured every single day, knowing that that life they carry was created by those means? I wouldn't. I wouldn't wish that on anybody. Oh, I was discussing. You missed the whole thing, man. I went through this whole spiel. Yeah, I've said, because you've heard me rant and rave about politics and politicians and how they're lying pieces of crap and this, that, and the other, and I despise them with a passion. And I've said before that if you don't like the way things are, you should make the effort to change them. So, I have decided that I have sent an email to my state board of elections to find out if, number one, it is possible, and number two, what it is to run for state senate in my state. Now, that is a stepping point to a bigger fish to fry, which is to the highest spot in the land. So I'm going to attempt, if I can, don't know if I can or not. It may be a failed attempt. It may be a fleeting gesture, so to speak. It may be a huge, giant waste of time. But I am going to start with the U.S. Senate in my state and move on to take over for that moron who is in there now. Because it's time for common sense and reality to go back in to Washington. And it may be... Ooh, Kerrigan's in here. Wow, that's the first time I've been in what the hell? It's the first time I've been in a queue with her. Interesting. This ought to be fun. What the hell is on my phone? Oh god, I hate the crap like this. Why do they send this shit out? How do I need to block this thing. I need to delete it and block it. Where's it at? Nope, not that one. Is it this one? Oh no. Yeah, there it is. Perfect. There we go. Blocked and delete. Alright. That ain't what I want to do. So yeah. I am going to let my pure insanity take over. Now I'm going to run for office. And I'm going to start. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a politician. I'm not rich by any standards. But you know what I am? I'm an everyday citizen who thinks that shit needs to be changed. And will do what it takes to make sure that happens. Because there's a difference between what's right and what's wrong. And by God, it's time that occurred. It's time that that they understood that what's right is right, what's wrong is wrong. And so yeah. my chances will be like it will be more like of it freezing over. So, and to be honest, I don't even know if it's feasible. I don't know if it's possible. I don't even know if I can. I don't even know time-wise if it's even feasible for me to even sign up for that file to do it. So, by George, I'm gonna find a way, and I'm not gonna stop with just being here in the state. I'm going all the way. I'm gonna go all the way. Ultimate goal, of course, is that nice white building on 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. That is the ultimate goal. To be right there, to look at people and say, it's time for the insanity to stop. It's time for the people in these buildings to listen to the people outside of it for change. And like I said, one man can make a difference if he gets enough voices behind him to make a noise loud enough for the world to hear. And I intend to make a lot of noise. I might hold you to that. Is it nuts to want to do that? Absolutely. No. See, I ain't that type of person. I am as much against that as entirely possible. And the reason I am is because I've seen firsthand what that does to people. And is it necessary? Yeah, sort of. Do you need to have that little, that one little bit to say, hey, keep crazy people in check? Maybe. But I'm not one of those.
Lower your defense. And surrender!
Fear is one thing. Fear of blowing up the world is a big thing. And I don't want to be a cause of that. We got enough problems over here. Taking on the world's problems, not my priority. We got enough stuff over here to deal with that needs to be fixed. I mean, there's you got people losing their homes, losing their livelihoods. You got craziness in the streets, lawlessness in the streets, simply because their feelings got hurt. Stuff that didn't even concern them. Stuff that ain't got nothing to do with nobody. That needs to be fixed first. world can take care of its own problems. The world's problems are not my problems. The world's problems are nothing that I'm gonna worry with.
We've conquered everyone else in our reality.
Goal is to get things fixed here first. Let people know that you do have a voice. And you can be heard, and you should be heard.
The Emperor.
And for far too long, you have been ignored. It's time that changed. Well, they don't care, which is why I'm going to start there. They don't care. They're worried about voting things down the party line. They're worried about telling you what they want you. They're telling you what you want to hear so that you vote for them again. That's what they're worried about. And that's proof positive. You know, and my new obsession here lately has been reading House and Senate bills. I don't really know why. I guess it's to better understand things. But when they're making bills, they're writing bills and try to make it a law for a lot of dumb shit that don't make no sense, or that's petty, because they didn't like Orange Man. Orange Man was bad, so they just want to punish somebody. They want to punish him even more, even though he's gone. They won. He's gone. So why do you want to twist the knife even further? You know? You won for now. Let it go. But they don't want to do that. You know, it's like the bill that one of them wrote up that was specifically written against him so that he can't have a state monument or road or park or library or something like that named after him. Every president usually gets at least a library named after him. They want to make this. One of them wrote this bill specifically, and it plainly states that to limit any former president twice impeached by Congress, to not allow them to have that. Really? That is so petty. That's beyond petty. I've talked about it on here before. I talked about it right after I read it that day. That night I read it. Or the day I read it, I talked about it that night. And it's just beyond petty. I don't get it. You're so worried about that. And, you know, and I tell you, they want, that idiot wants to, talking about $7 trillion in spending in his first 6 months in office. Where's that money going? Where do you think the money's going to come from? You know? Where do you think it's going to come from?
We're taking too much damage. Deploy defensive
It ain't coming from the top 1%. I promise you that. Ain't gonna happen.
Fake repairs complete.
So.
You face the wrath of the Terran Empire.
It's time for common sense to come back. Just is. And if you can't find somebody to do it, might as well do it yourself. So that's what I intend to do. Whether it goes anywhere or not, don't know. Whether I'll even be able to or not, don't know. Find out in the next few days when I get a reply to my email posing those questions. We'll see what happens.
We're taking too much damage. Deploy defensive countermeasures. Make repairs.
And people say, well, to bring up a movie reference. Heath Ledger in A Knight's Tale talked about
the wrath of the Terran Empire.
talked about changing your stars. You know,
We're reading an energy.
basically changing your life for the better. Finding a way to do it. A Knight's Tale was a really interesting movie.
Our reinforcements will put you in your place.
It's funny, sort of, the way it was done. Half musical, half movie. It's an interesting concept. So, we'll see. We will see what happens. Like I said, it may not be feasible. We're gonna find out. More to come. I bored enough people out, that's for sure. Had 6 viewers, dropped it down to 2. Guess that's what I get for opening my mouth, right? I changed my title to, "Hey, Streamer Man, you shut up and play video games." I think I had that as a string, not a string. I think I had that as a title one night. That's what I might change it to here in a little bit. If I switch games, when I switch games. I think after this TFO, we'll switch back over to SEO. I think that's what I'm gonna change the title to. Pretty Terran Aquarius Pelva. Interesting. I've seen that before. Wow, I haven't been paying attention to it. Yay!
You haven't seen the last of me.
We did it.
Terok North.
Terok Nor went back to where it come from. And know this, if I manage to do it and my insanity goes crazy and I actually do accomplish it, I'm not going to stop streaming. You heard it here first. Actually, I'm gonna keep doing it. You know why? I'll tell you why. What better way to let people have more access to you, to listen to the people more, than this right here? This right here is a direct access to anybody who wants to hear you talk and wants to talk to you. It's crazy, right? Again, sanity knows no bounds. Let's see. Where do I need to put these? I need to put these in gamma. We'll go with gamma this time. Oh, one thing. It'll inflate my numbers. It'll super inflate my numbers, that's for sure. Alright, I'm gonna switch over to SEO. Give me about 30 seconds. I'll be right back.